Hello everybody, my name is Ian, and in this video I'm going to show you how to spawn, fight, and kill Deerclops, and I'm also going to go over some of the special behaviors that he has. To summon Deerclops, you need one of these, a deer thing, which you can craft at a demon altar or a crimson altar with 3 flinx fur, 5 demonite or crimtane ore, and 1 lens. The only spawning requirement that Deerclops has is that you have to be inside of the snow biome. Other than this, he has some other really interesting behaviors about him. For example, let's spawn in a Deerclops. Once you spawn him, the fight is on. Right now, you might notice Deerclops is purple, and this is because we are too far away from him. This fight takes a lot of aspects from Don't Starve Together and puts them right into Terraria. Just like in Don't Starve Together, you need to get near the boss, attack, and then get away. You see, when I get close to him, he goes back to his normal sprite, and you can see his health. When he gets like this, I can damage him. If you die while fighting Deerclops, he will not despawn. Much like in Don't Starve, he will stay in the world, just kind of being a menace, generally, and he will run back to the snow biome. You'll also notice that the respawn timer was only 15 seconds as opposed to the standard 30 for bosses. If Deerclops either runs too far away from you, or you catch up to him, he will teleport to the middle of the snow biome after you die. Now that we understand Deerclops' special mechanics, we can get into the gear that you'll probably want for this fight. The first time I fought Deerclops was in a Master Mode Mage world, so I just copied that setup and put it here. For weapons, we've got the Water Bolt and the Space Gun. For armor, we have the Meteor set. I'm using the Fledgling Wings. Any double jump balloon accessory will work. The Lightning Boots, the Shield of Cthulhu, the Worm Scarf, this can be traded out for the Brain of Cthulhu of course, and I'm using the Obsidian Shield. Deerclops is a mid to late pre-hard mode boss. You could probably fight him around before or right after Skeletron. I recommend after because when you get some sweet dungeon loot he becomes a lot easier, namely the knockback negation from the Obsidian Shield. But I also like using the Water Bolt because this is a mage build. For buffs, we're using the Swiftness Potion, Sashimi, which is just a medium improvement style stats, Regen, Iron Skin, Endurance, Magic Power, and Mana Regen. For weapons, I'm using the Space Gun and the Water Bolt. Now that we've covered the spawning, the special mechanics, and my gear, let's get on to the Deerclops fight itself. Oh, he's spawned on the left. Sometimes you have to get kind of near him, I've noticed. An arena like this works. It's just a relatively wide area with a platform above Deerclops' head. What you want to do? You want to get close to Deerclops and you want to fire your Water Bolt or whatever you're using at him. This could be a yo-yo, this could be your whip and a summon. I don't know why he's using that attack so much. Probably it's because I'm staying right next to him. Usually he tends to use the Ice Spike attack, not a ton. Usually he opts in for his snow launching attack. He tends to do that actually more when you're far away from him. I'll try to demonstrate that, like so. Yeah. He does that because it's a projectile. If you're close to him, he'll more likely opt in for the Ice Spikes instead, but he can still do that as seen. I've also noticed that if you're close to him, he likes to spawn those hands a lot. More often if you're above him. By that, I mean the attack where he spawns a bunch of hands. By the way, this is Master Mode. What I noticed when I looked at the wiki for the first time, and I was really confused by this, Deerclops in Master Mode has 21,000 health. In normal mode, he has 7,000. This is the exact same numbers as the Dread Nautilus has, which really confused me. Because the devs, for 1.4, they were on the teetering edge of making the Dread Nautilus an early hard mode boss. They literally had a trophy and a relic designed for it, but ended up not using it. Anyway, this fight mainly just consists of staying above Deerclops while staying within his attack range. And just trying to attack. And if you die during the boss fight, it's okay, because you can come right back. I'll try not to die, though. I prefer to stay alive most of the time. By the way, when he roars, he'll put a slowness debuff on you so that it's harder for you to get away. Oh, so close to doing that without dying. He'll stay around though. Because Deerclops moves in a very similar manner to the Ice Golem, I'm sure they made him move like that through blocks so that you can't cheese him out like an Ice Golem. Anyway, that's Deerclops. When you open the Deerclops treasure bag, you'll get some of several of these items. You'll get Lucy the Axe, which is a pretty decent axe that talks to you every once in a while and when you chop down trees, like so. You'll get the Bone Helm, which is another one of those expert mode exclusive damage dealing boss accessories. I'm not too stoked about it, but it looks like a pretty good one because it pierces and it does a pretty decent amount of damage. Let's demonstrate that real quick. Look at this. It spawns shadow hands that attack enemies. They pierce, so I think it's kind of nice. While these enemies are still around, let me quickly demonstrate the Houndius Shootius, which is a new sentry summon. This is my least favorite of his drops, personally, because, you know, while it does a good deal of damage, it could and should do more. It's also incredibly inaccurate, and it's really only hitting these slimes because they are right next to it. You could also get this new ranged weapon, the Pneumatic Horn. It's a gun that will turn your bullets into random items. Now, I really like this one. It shoots pretty quick, it's auto fire, and it does pretty much exactly what it does in Don't Starve. Now that I've turned up the monster spawn rate, let's test out this gun. It shoots out a variety of different items, and look at this. they do from about from 20 damage to about like 50 or more. And the ones that do like 50 or more aren't even that rare, so it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Overall, probably my favorite weapon that he drops. I'll have to use it in an actual playthrough to fully formulate an opinion on it, but I'm liking it so far. Next up, the Umbrella. This is a vanity item. I'm not much of a fan of it. I do like the Umbrella. I do like the item itself. But maybe if they made it so that you could right-click it like the Capricorn leggings to make it switch between having the rain and having no rain, I would like it a lot more. Now, the Deerclops mask. This is a good one. I really like this. It looks funky. A great one. The Deerclops eyeball summons a Deerclops pet for you. And when you fly away, it'll fly on a bluebird. Another pet that he drops, the Eyebone, summons Chester. And when you right-click on Chester, he will open your piggy bank menu for you. Just like the money trough, except it's always there. Now, the last weapon that he drops is a mage weapon. It's the Weather Pane. When you cast the Weather Pane, it takes a lot of mana. It takes 30 mana, which I don't like very much. But what I do quite like is that it's a nice pre-hard mode homing weapon. It doesn't do as much damage, not nearly as much damage as I would want it to, and it only stays around for a short while, especially because it takes up so much mana. I just can't see myself really liking this weapon a lot, but, I mean, I could see it being useful in some scenarios. Now, the last item that he drops is called the Radio Thing. This brand new update introduced a new seed, the Constant, and if you make that your world seed, your world will be shaded like Don't Starve. It's the same for the Radio Thing. If you put this in one of your vanity slots, it will shade the world in this nice sepia tone. While I think it does look neat, I feel like it could get really annoying after a while, especially because it makes dark spaces just that much darker. See, like, before and after. Like, you can kind of see what's down there, and then when I do this, you can hardly even tell. So I could see that getting really annoying, but I do like the potential that it has for texture packs that shade the world differently. Now that we've gone over how to summon Deerclops, his special behaviors, the boss fight itself, and his drops, you are now ready to fight him in your own world. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.